Winnemucca to week number 3 of the Winnemucca Insiders Football Challenge Show. And as you can tell, folks, we're without our trusted, fearless leader, Mr. Terry Boyle, who's not with us today. It's just me and Davey. I can't think of two better people anyways.
Good point.
You know, now, Terry did leave me the update from last week. And Dave, you kicked everybody's butt. You won 7 games last week.
I don't know how, but I did, I guess.
Terry won 5, and then yours truly, well, I brought up the rear end with 4. So on the season, Davey is ahead with 12 wins. Terry with 11, I'm with 10. This is when I'm making my comeback this week, folks. Now, Dave lost on his Eagles. That was his pick of the week. Terry's was the USC Trojans. He lost that one. I thought mine was the Ohio State Buckeyes, but Terry's got the Bengals circled, so I lost that one. So all 3 of our picks stunk.
Well, we were 3-0 in week 1, so you kind of
0-3.
I should have had Kansas City last week. I apologize for that.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, so Terry has left us our picks. We're going to talk about the first 3 college games here in week number 3. And right out of the bat, it's Michigan Wolverines. I hate the Wolverines. You know that, right?
Yes, you do.
And they're at the Wisconsin Badgers, and I don't mind them. And Wisconsin's a 3.5-point favorite. Dave, what's your thoughts on this?
I'll be honest, this game's a coin flip to me. They're both real good. I love Wisconsin. I like betting them. They're great against the spread every year. But oh boy, when push comes to shove here, I guess I'd take the 3.5 points. I don't like Michigan either, and I don't like Harbaugh. I never did. I was never a big fan of his. But I'm going to have to take Michigan in the 3.5 points.
So you're going to take
any
Michigan?
Any game that comes up a coin flip to me, I'm not even sure they're going to win. I'm sure not going to lay the points.
All right, so Davey's going to go with Michigan, and Terry's given me his sheet, and he's going with Michigan. Well, hell's bells. I'm going with Wisconsin. I'm going to tell you, and here's why, folks. Michigan couldn't stop the run against the Army Black Knights.
But hold on. Army Black, no one can stop the run against Army Black Knights. That don't make Michigan bad. No one can ever stop
Nah, they're bad.
We'll see.
But anyways, Wisconsin's going to run the ball right down their throat. They're in Camp Randall. No problem. Wisconsin disposes of the Wolverines in this one. Next game up, Auburn at Texas A&M. Texas A&M is a 4.5-point favorite, Davey.
Tough game.
Any thoughts on this one?
I'm going to go Auburn.
Are you?
Yeah, I just got a gut feeling on it. I might even take them money line. I like Auburn in this. You don't see Auburn getting points that many times. And Texas A&M, I know they're tough at home. They're great at home. But this is Auburn. I'm going to take Auburn to 4.5.
You know what? I have to agree with you, Dave. I like Nix as the quarterback for the Auburn Tigers, sometimes called the War Eagle. And I'm not sold on Mond, the quarterback for A&M, at all. So I, too, am going to go with the Auburn Tigers on this one. And then finishing up this segment here is Notre Dame against Georgia Bulldogs. And Georgia's a 13.5-point favorite. No respect for the Fighting Irish.
No, none. And Georgia did look impressive last week. But let me tell you something. Notre Dame was in the college football playoff last year. And
they shouldn't have been.
All that aside, getting 13.5 points, that's too many points. I'm taking Notre Dame in a heartbeat with 13.5.
Wow.
Georgia, we'll see.
All right, and you know what? Our buddy Terry's taking the Notre Dame Fighting Irish as well, which means, that's right, I'm going against the Irish. You know, I'm convinced if you're from the state of Ohio and you're born, you're spanked once to hate the Irish, spanked twice to hate the Wolverines, spanked 3 times to hate the Trojans of USC.
You just hate everyone in that state.
You know, so for that reason...
You hate every other team but Ohio team.
I know, and I love it. So for that reason, folks, I'm going for the Georgia Bulldogs. And I'll give the 13.5. So when we come back, we're going to talk on the first 4 pro games. Boy, Dave, there has been a ton of injuries in pros. So we're going to have a lot to say about this.
Boy, it's going to make it a difficult season.
Yes, it is. So we'll be right back, folks, and we'll talk about segment number 2. Welcome back, folks. Segment number 2 here is Davey and I are going to discuss the first 4 games in this contest. And Dave, right out of the chute, we got a new quarterback for the Saints.
I think that's the end of the Saints. That's 8 games he's going to be gone. then that's to say, when anytime you hurt your hand, it's trouble.
And isn't it his throwing hand?
Yeah, and it's his throwing hand. But I'm just saying, any time you hurt your hand, it's trouble. Even when you do heal up, you're not the same. It just takes too much time. Anytime it's a finger, the hand, it's no good. No, especially being the starting quarterback. Oh, you think Teddy Bridgewater can hold them over? I don't.
No, Taysom Hill should be in the start. Taysom Hill should have came in. I can't even believe the Saints gave him money to come back another year. Teddy Bridgewater is not the answer. Taysom Hill is the answer, but they're going to start Bridgewater, I'm sure. And Seahawks are given 4.5.
Plus, Seattle's been playing lights out. They look really good.
I can't stand Pete Carroll, too.
Neither could I.
I still can't stand him. The guy cheated at USC. I can't stand him. But, gosh, I'm going to have to go with the Seahawks in this one.
No, I don't even mind the Seahawks team. He just gets on my nerves.
Yeah, I know. So who are you going with?
Oh, boy. I'm going Seahawks here. No quarterback. That's trouble.
Okay, and here's the real shocker, folks. On Terry's sheet, yeah, he's went with the Seahawks. Boy, there's a big surprise. So that means this is the first game so far, Dave, that all three of us are on the same team.
Well, it's only 4 games.
Yeah. All right. Here's the next game is the Broncos at the Packers. Packers given 8.5. Davey, I know you hate Denver because they cost you money last week.
Yeah, a lot of money. Well, I don't understand. At the end of the game, they could have just tied it up and they went for 2. But it paid off for them.
But they couldn't stop them.
And then they can't stop nobody. I don't know. I don't think Joe Flacco's their answer. I pity the Denver fans. They just need a quarterback, and they just don't get one. But it's early in the year. It's tough to say still. But when you're 0-2, that sometimes spells trouble. But Broncos on the road yet against the Packers. Packers are playing awful, awful good.
Yep.
I'm taking the Pack. Normally I'll go against the grain, but
Okay, so Davey's going to take the Packers. Terry took the Broncos.
it is a lot of points,
It is a lot of points.
especially for a team that's 0-2 that actually got to play that little bit harder this week. It might backfire. I mean, I was going to take the Broncos here, but
You know,
8.5's a lot. And Green Bay's Packers defense has improved tremendously.
they have
They're
improved.
good.
I'll take the under. Oh, that's not a choice.
That probably is a good bet.
Doggone it, Dave. You're really throwing me off with this 8.5. I think I'll take the Broncos plus the points. So I'll go with that one. The next one's up. Oh, gosh, the Baltimore Ravens. They're in my division. I can't stand Baltimore. And they're at the Chiefs. The Chiefs are given 7.5. What's your thoughts on this?
I don't even have a thought on it. I'm going to give you a fact. I'm going to give you a winner. Take the Chiefs.
Yeah. And you know what?
I actually have a thought on it. The thoughts take the Chiefs. Make it simple.
I have to tell you, Dave, Terry's in the same boat you are as well. I am still not sold on Lamar Jackson because he's played against 2 extremely poor defensive teams. So big deal.
I'm not buying in on the Ravens just yet. I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm not even-
with this quarterback. It's not gonna work.
No, I'm not even close. I had 2.
But in that division, it's gonna work. They're gonna win that division.
Hush.
Cleveland didn't impress me last night that much.
Hey, bite your tongue. My Bengals are going to make a comeback.
Bengals stink.
So I'm going to go with the Chiefs as well, folks. All right, last game in segment number 2. You're killing me with my Bengals. Of course, if Terry was here, what would he be calling them?
The Bungles. Like
The
I'm gonna
Bungles.
start calling them after you rooted against me the other night.
I didn't root against you. I didn't. I swear to you. Davey and I were watching the Eagles game together on Sunday night. I was rooting for him. But he just didn't pull it
Julio
out.
Jones scores a touchdown at the end. He got to go, Julio Jones, like he's so happy.
Yeah, but what was your defense on that?
I don't know.
55 yards? Seriously? Anyways, the Falcons are at the Colts in this one. The Colts are 2.5. Terry's already circled the Colts on this. I'm a little surprised. I think Jacoby Brissett is just average at best. Maybe I think he's a step below average. Matt Ryan looked really good on Sunday night. I thought he looked really sharp against the Eagles. So I'm going to go with the Falcons on the road.
Not me. I'm going to stick with the Colts here. I'll tell you why. The Falcons played a good game against the Eagles. They could easily lost that game, too. The Eagles could have beat them at the end there.
Eagles should
With a
have.
depleted team. But let me tell you something. They took a beating in that game, too, physically. They both beat each other. That was one of the most physical games ever in
Yep.
the NFL. A lot of bodies carted off. I'm going to go with the Colts. They have a little momentum. They're at home. Falcons got to travel. I'm taking the Colts.
Wow. Okay, there you have it, folks. So that's going to end it for segment number 2. When we come back, Davey and myself, we're going to talk about the last 3 games on the contest, and then we're going to give you our best picks of the week. All right, folks, welcome back to segment number 3 here. And Davey, we're going to start it off with another team with another quarterback issue. Roethlisberger out for the year.
There's no issue.
Steelers
he's done.
Are at the 49ers. The 49ers are, 6.5?
6.5.
Now, I actually thought Mason Rudolph played pretty well when he came in.
I thought he did too.
I thought he played very, very well.
I think it's time for a change there anyway. I know there's a lot of Pittsburgh fans, and deservingly so. Ben Roethlisberger deserves some credit. 2 Super Bowls. He had a great career. He's done. He's gone.
I mean,
he's done.
He's 37, 38 years old. Like Eli Manning's getting benched this week.
Well, it just seems funny that Deion Sanders just said it on NFL at Total Access that he's never going to make it through the season. The very next week, he goes down, and he wasn't even hit. And that upsets me.
Well, here's the thing. Carson Wentz also got dinged up a little bit. Your quarterback for the Eagles,
he got it under the ribs. It showed him getting blasted. It didn't show Roethlisberger even get hit here. I'm not saying he's faking it. I'm just saying I think it's time.
Yeah, and then how about the poor Jets? Oh, my gosh. But Luke Falk, he actually looked decent. The offensive line stinks for the Jets. They couldn't block anybody. But we regress.
Right away.
All right, so we're going to get back to the game at hand here. The Steelers and the 49ers. They're on the road at San Francisco. 49ers is circled by Terry. It's hard to argue with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Excuse me. Oh, yeah.
I think Mason Rudolph. Here's what I think, folks. Mason Rudolph and the Steelers are going to give him a game for about 3 quarters, and then the better talent's going to win. And I think the 49ers are going to win this one. I, too, am taking the 49ers.
Not me. I'm going to take the Steelers regardless. I think replacing him at quarterback might do him some good. Plus, the 49ers don't have that good of an offense. To be given 6.5, I think they're going to win and not cover, maybe.
All right. Well,
I'll take the Steelers in the 6.5.
Okay. All right. That's a good call. So we're going to find out how.
He might even give them a little momentum there with the quarterback switch.
Well, it might.
Yeah.
He's a heck of a lot more mobile.
That's what I'm saying. I think anything's better than the way it was.
All right. This next one, this will be an interesting game because the Raiders were PU last week as they got spanked by the Chiefs. The Raiders are at Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings, they're 8.5-point favorite. How can this be?
I don't know. You got to stop this. Just cut.